Hello everyone, I'm Cat Griffin and this is Crochet Fun number 3. This playlist is part of the Stitchin with the Griffin channel, and it is predominantly about crochet. My channel itself is about fiber arts, all the different ones that I do. This is for those of you who are new here. Those of you who are returning, you know that on this playlist I only show off my crocheting. I might eventually show off something else later on, macrame or something like that as I learn things, but for now this playlist is predominantly crocheting. No, I am not cold. Ow, I need to stop doing that. I released a cross stitch video earlier, or yesterday, and no, I'm sorry, today. I had taped it several days ago, but you see me without the hat in that, and you're seeing me in the hat with this. This is one of the ones that I made. I'm not taking it off because since then I have fallen and I hit my head, and now I have stitches and a big ugly bandage and stuff back there. If I'm a little wonkier than normal, it's because I have a concussion. Is it a bad one? No. I fell a couple of days ago. Actually I fell yesterday, the end of September, whatever day it was, I can't remember now. I fell earlier in the day. I videotaped that, the floss tube video on Monday. The day after the event that we had at my store at Michael's. So, and even then I couldn't remember when I had actually done it. See, that's kind of how spaced I am. But yeah, so I'm going to be wearing this hat even at work for a few days because I have stitches back there and I have a little bald spot back there, and eventually my hair, the hair in the front I wear my hair pushed, anyway, and so it will cover it, but until it's healed enough that I can do my hair that way, I'm going to wear a hat. It just covers it up and makes me feel better. I still have my hair, it's just right there in that little spot. So anyway, welcome new subscriber, or new people. Thank you for those who did subscribe after the event, or since the event on Sunday at work. I had a demonstration table set up, and I was actually working on one of my projects, and my co-worker that I made Charmander for let me borrow Charmander, and I had him on my table amongst other things. Now, I had said in my floss tube video that I would share pictures of, or have the stuff that I made there, but truth is I do not. The hat that I made, pardon me for a minute, I made a hat out of this, and is it upside down? Sideways. Let me see if I can keep the thing on. The Caron chunky cakes, and I think I might have, no, I didn't do it. I didn't show you this. I made a hat, just a beanie like this one, but one that was designed to have a pom-pom on it, and I didn't do the pom-pom, but one of my co-workers saw it, and he basically claimed it. I told him if he wanted to have it after the event was done, he could, and he held me to it. And he claimed it right after the event was over and was wearing it around, and that touches me because at least I know somebody likes what I'm doing. I'm trying to see because I have things scattered around. I don't know where I put the baby booties that I was working on. I am doing a Converse shoe for older children. It's a good size shoe, but it's not for newborns. It's for, and bless her heart, the pattern writer even says right up front, I've never done this before. I've never written a pattern before. This is my first time. I did not design this. I reconstructed it or reverse engineered it from the knitted pattern. So if it doesn't come out right, or if there's problems, this, and English was not her first language. So, wow, the the pattern is wonky as all get out, but for the most part, it is doable. And I was working on one, and I don't know exactly where I put them all. I have a shelf over here, and I'm just looking. I know I have them around here somewhere, but where I have them, I don't. Oh, found them. Okay. This is the Converse shoe. It got flattened, sorry. This is my first attempt, and this is using 3 different hook sizes. You use a big hook size for the sole of this, and I'm using Red Heart White, just regular 4-weight Red Heart White. It calls for, you can either do a 4-weight or 3-weight, and of course this is also 4-weight. Now on here, this calls for this. There's 3 different hook sizes. There's a 4, a 3, and a 1.4. Now I didn't have a 1.4, so I went a little bigger, but you use the smallest one to do the toe section right here, and then you use the second smallest one to do the tongue. This is the tongue of the shoe, and I am going to do the sole, or I'm going to do the body of it in this light blue as well, because it's going to be a boy. I'm making them for a coworker who is having another grandson. She has one, now she's going to have another one, and, or her daughter, one of her, anyway, you know how that goes. So I am not really crazy about this whole thing, but the way that this is the blue is going to start. Let's see, my light in this white is not great, but it's going to start like right before this blue, but on the edge, and then it goes around, and then the body gets built up. I will leave a link to the pattern in the description box below. I am doing this on the 1st of October. I will put this out on the 2nd of October. That way I make sure I get the links in. So that's the tongue as it sits in, and then it's going to have the. So I was also looking for newborn shoes, and I actually got newborn booties, and this one I'm working on. This is also using the white, the 4-weight white with I want to say it's a 3mm hook. I hope so. And I will link the description box below to this as well. I do not like, I don't know if you can see it, there's a seam there. See that? Don't like that. But that's the way the pattern was written. Now, I'm thinking when I'm done, let me see if it'll do it, like inside out, pull it inside out. Will it help? Will it get rid of, oh yeah, definitely. It gets rid of the seam. So I'll do an inside out. And this I'm going to have to sew up because that's too big of a hole. I don't like that hole that big. But here's the difference. This is supposed to be a newborn. Okay. That's supposed to be a newborn booty. And I guess, yeah, because some newborns have long feet. And then they grow into them. And then this is, you know, for an older child. Older baby, like a toddler. But it doesn't have the, you can do this with either this kind of sole or with a non-slip sole. So, yeah. I will be giving her both sets of booties. I'm using loops and threads. Sorry it's reversed. I don't know how to make it the right way. But the loops and threads brand for all of my stuff, or for the shoes anyway. I'm doing it in light blue and white. I did not take those to the event because they weren't done. But I will link to both of those. Now the project that I was working on, let me get the hook off of it. Project I was working on is, or was working on, is my Ruana. And this is, I showed this in number 2, I think. Here it is in number 3. It is getting so big. So that's the back of it, and then this is the front. It is looking gorgeous. This is one whole cake of the Caron cloud cakes. And it is done in the colorway fur. Yeah, fur. So it's beautiful green. And now what I have to do, I have to go from, originally I started inside out, and then the instructions say, you know, you go inside, it takes 2 balls. You go inside out for the first one, and then outside in for the second one. So I'll be taking this off and using, starting on the outside and going in. That'll be fun because I don't like doing that, but I will be doing that. So I think, and it's just a basic, like, granny square stitch, except for it's not in a square. It's done, you know, 3 sides and everything. But anyway, so that's what I was working on as well. And the pattern is on the cloud cakes here, and it looks like it's upside down, but it's not. Is on the cloud cakes. See, so you start from the inside, go out, and then out to in, and then you get these lovely darks. You're supposed to get these lovely darks on the ends. Now, this is fringed. Depending on how long it is, I may not fringe it. I haven't really decided yet. Let me see. Bulbasaur is not done. He will be done as soon as I get my teal, the teal felt. As soon as it comes in, then I can work on that and get that going. Let's see, I am part of the 2025 Granny Square Crochet Along. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. My first short featured the very first block of that crochet along, and it is, let me see if I can find, okay, it is called The Maeve. It is by Deborah Fields, aka Madam Stitch, and I will be linking to her so that you can see how she does this. She has a written pattern on her blog, which is free, and then she has a video pattern that goes, or video tutorial that goes along with the pattern on YouTube. Let's see if I can get it to go up here. My light is still awful, but this is it. It has a traditional granny square on the inside, and then they do half double crochets, the camel stitch, granny stitch. Hang on, I have to think. these, yeah, because we did 2 rows of cross grannies. So 2 rows of cross granny stitch, back up to the double crochet, then the camel, and then single crochet. Oh no, they're spiked. Sorry. Shoot. That's cross granny. That's spiked granny. So these are crossed. Yeah. It's hard to tell with this blue. I am so sorry, and my light's just horrible. But you can go on there. These are the crossed grannies. There's there's one that goes across this way, so it's 2 double crochets and then one that goes across. It hits there, and then this is a spiked granny, and so it goes down and it lines up with the middle double crochet back here, and then of course we have single and the camel, and then, or I'm sorry, double, camel, and then single crochet. If you go watch her video, you'll be able to see it. I am doing this in Heartland. It was supposed to be done in Heartland, Mount Rainier. You can choose whatever color you want, as long as it goes, you'll have to choose color combinations to go with the rest of the, stitch along or crochet along. But we didn't have Mount Rainier, so I'm using Olympic, but it's Heartland, Lion Brand Heartland, and this is in Mount Rainier. I mean, not Mount Rainier, I'm sorry, in Olympic. And it's this beautiful dark blue. The next square is already released. They're releasing them Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of every week for a while. You still crochet at your own pace. But I'm going to have to order the next color and probably have to order some more of the Olympic. No, I have the Olympic at work, I'm sorry. I have to, but we don't carry the next one, which is Coral Reef or something like that. It's a pinkish color. So I'm going to have to order that one. Going to have to buy that online. And then once it comes in, I will be doing the next square, which is from the Sunflower Cottage. Forgot what her name is. Sunflower Cottage something or other. I'll link to that in the description box below so you can see where the next square is. But I will also link to the entire piece. I think I'll do that instead. I will link to the main page of the Crochet Along, and then you can go from there. I'm hoping that others will join me in this Crochet Along and will want to share their squares. As I do them, I will be providing shorts, and also I think I will post on Instagram if I can remember to. I tend to forget that I have an Instagram and can post on there. But yeah, so hopefully once all the squares are made, then we do the construction, put it all together. Now this group also has several other crochet alongs that are happening, but this is the one that I chose to do because they're granny squares and they're really cool looking, and it's the first one, so hopefully I am not going to overwhelm myself, because these granny squares are 12 by 12. These are big, these are not small. Case in point, this is a granny square I did for the event, and you can see it's way bigger. And I used an eye hook for this one, so definitely not a comparison, but this I made, it's just a regular granny square. I was just using it for demonstration purposes to show people what it would look like, doing a scrap GAN, and it actually uses this yarn, Red Heart Granny Square, and it gives you the look of a scrap granny without all the ends, which is fantastic. I am loving that so very much, and I'm trying not to rush through things, but you can only talk about things so much. If you have any questions or comments about the yarn I'm using, I typically use 4-weight yarn. Some of these are 3, The Heartland is a 4. The Chunky is a... The Caron Chunky is a 6. Speaking of Chunky, this is a 7. This is Bernat Big Blanket. And I'm doing this project for one of my coworkers. This is 4 balls. 4 balls of Bernat Big Blanket Burgundy. 4. This is about... I have my little paper here. Is about 12 inches, so about a foot. A foot. 4 balls. Not even quite 4 balls, because one of these rows is not completely done. I am doing it in a U-hook, a 50mm hook. Huge, the biggest hook I own. And it's still a little small for this, I think. I'm having to do real tight stitches, and I don't like that. I mean, I stitch tight, but these are tight. It doesn't feel tight, but it is when you're working. Plus, I'm using a plastic because I don't have a regular U-hook. They're too expensive. But this is the blanket, and I plan on making adding another 5 feet. It's going to be expensive. I'm sure he's going to appreciate it a lot. If he doesn't, I will strangle him. But that's just me. Let me see, what else am I working on that I have actually done some work on? Okay. Edge of 17, which I believe that I talked about in my last video, Crochet Fun number 2. She is on Etsy. The shop's name is the Edge of 17. I don't remember what the designer's name is, but the shop is called the Edge of 17, and she does a vest, a boho vest that looks a lot like what Stevie Nicks used to wear. Google Stevie Nicks if you don't know who it is. And I'm using loops and threads, facets. This does not have a name, but it has a number. If you're interested, I can tell you what the number is. This is a Michael, so I can even give you the SKU number, and you can look it up on michaels.com, or you can just look up the color number on Google. You can Google the color number and probably find this as well. But this is what I'm using. I will link. No, I don't have the picture of it with me right now. It's in the other room, but it's a vest. It has a center motif. You start center out. It has a center, almost like mandala looking thing, or motif in the middle, and then it comes out. I am currently on row 25. No. Yes, row 25. So, the last time you saw it, I had only done, and it's hard to hold this up and so you can see it. Oh. And it's actually buckled a little bit down here. I was working very hard to keep everything flat, but it looks like it's, when I block it, maybe it'll fix it. But I was actually down here, maybe to right here the last time you saw it. And now I've increased the size of it. It's hard to show all in one thing, but there it is. It's going to be a vest. It's going to have holes, and it is... What did I do? I just had it. I think it is. Okay. It is a basically a one size... Sorry, it fell on the floor. Basically a one size fits all. But it can be made longer or shorter depending on what you do with the different stitches, and it has the guidelines in the pattern for that. So there's that. Let's see, Oogie Boogie is not finished yet. The cats I have not worked on, Bulba, I said, will be finished as soon as I get the... I'm sorry, I keep looking over here instead of talking to you. Bulbasaur's not done. He will be done when I get the felt and I can put everything together. Oogie Boogie is not done. I haven't felt like working on him. Let's see. The cat I have not worked on. My Filet Crochet piece is not. I have not worked on. Yeah, it's just. That's all I really have. I enjoyed the I enjoyed the event. I enjoyed talking to people. I enjoyed meeting people. Again, welcome to everyone who has subscribed. I'm up to 95 subscribers on this channel, and I know several of the new ones are from that event. At least I hope they are. It doesn't matter. You're sharing my journey, whether it's cross stitch or crochet. I have been asked to do tutorials. I don't have the video set up to do a tutorial. I have been looking at stuff, but until I can actually afford to get it, this is the only kind of way I can do it, plus, using my tablet now to make shorts, which, yay, I learned how to make a short. At my age, it's not that I'm not tech savvy, I just have not bothered to learn how to use a lot of stuff, because before I didn't need it, and so it was a waste of time. Now it's not, because I need it. I have decided I need it. Whether I actually do or not, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I am learning how to do it. So I've learned how to do the short, and I am going to continue to do shorts. The first one will be linked to this video, if I can figure out how to do it after I've made the video and posted it. Thank you to everyone who has looked at it. I got 1 like off of it, but it doesn't matter. It's a new thing to me, and I don't know if I'm supposed to talk on it or not. But yeah, that's about it for this month. I'm hoping to have more progress. As I said, the felt is coming in. It has been shipped. It's on its way. As soon as it gets here, I will cut out the shapes on the felt. I will finish piecing together everything, because his limbs are all done. I need to piece things together, and I did not want to do any more of it until I got the felt and was able to put the finishing touches on it. Otherwise, I might have just been tempted to just give it to the recipient without the felt on it, and I'm not going to do that, because he needs his felt pieces. He needs his spots, whatever they are. And then the next one I'll be doing after that is Snorlax. So there's that. I have been asked to provide someone with a list of the Pokemon that I can do. I have a book with only first gen Pokemon in it. I will let them know, and then I will let you know if I got a commission off of that or not. I charge different prices for them depending on their level of difficulty. So, yeah. That's it for me this month. I need the full month between videos, because I cross stitch more than I crochet. As you can see, I didn't do a lot of crocheting. But I will attempt to do more. My Michael's shop is up. It does not have anything in it, but I am working on adding things to it, making things to add to it. Right now, the things that I'm making are either gifts or personal use, and so it will take me a little while to put things on there. I will also be adding it to my coffee shop, which already has items in it. In fact, I have a few new items to add, including this lovely, which is a beaded bookmark. I'm sorry, a charmed bookmark is what I'm calling it. It is a charmed bookmark. You can use this for regular books. You can use it for junk journals. In fact, it was made specifically for junk journal, but you can use it for regular bookmarks too if you've got really big textbooks or whatever. But this one has a cute little butterfly on that end, and oh my goodness, I think I lost the butterfly. Well, let me show you something else, because I have several pieces that I made here. This one is a beaded bookmark. Now this one can go to a long book or a short book, but these have matching beaded ends. And I have a few other things that I've put in there, or that I'm going to be putting in there as I get the time to upload everything. Those will go in my coffee shop. My micro shop will only have, it's called the Stitching Griffin. It will have just my crochet stuff in there. Will I ship internationally? I don't know yet. It's quite possible. Currently it is not set for international. However, it's possible. This tariff situation is craziness. If they would just choose, I am not a politician, I am not a financial expert, but these tariffs are, they're not something I'm used to. I know the argument behind them. I know that in some cases they're doing good to stimulate the economy, and in other cases it's stifling businesses. It's killing the small business owners. So we'll see what happens. But that's going to be it for this month. I keep saying that, but it is. I'm finally done. Again, I thank you for being here. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you want to comment, drop a suggestion. You know, as long as you're giving me constructive, criticism, suggestions, whatever, feel free to drop those in the comment box below. And if you really want to see more of what I'm doing, please subscribe and ring the bell so it's black, so you get notified every time I put something out. But that's it for me this month, and I will see you guys on the flip side.